All right, last up on website usability for this episode, be sure your forms are working and are as simple as possible. A lot of websites, when they come into us for the first time, have maybe 5 to 10 inputs, and they're really using the website form as a way to take work off of the sales team to do essentially a client intake. The problem is, what you really want to do with a website is get the minimum amount of information necessary to get the contact and get them converted from being traffic to being a sales lead.
Yeah.
If you're asking for 5 or 10 pieces of information, it is absolutely true that you will always reduce the number of people who move all the way through to become a lead or a sale, whatever it is you're doing. So fewer pieces of information being requested takes work off of them. I think name, phone, and email address should be the standard. I think if there's a universal signal for I'm raising my hand, I want to talk to somebody or I need some help, it's name, phone, and email.
There's probably scenarios where you want to qualify. If there's I'm thinking something like B2B where if you know that somebody has less than 2,500 employees, that you cannot help them, right? If you know you can't help them, it's probably worth it to put a questionnaire on there that says what employee size is your company, and that allows you to like really quickly get them out of the system, point them to the direction that they need to go. I can think of some things like that where like if you absolutely know you can't help them. Yeah.
And another way to attack that problem is to offset it with copy. To if your hero copy is something like we're the cybersecurity company for 2,500 employees.
That's true.
And so anything to sort of take the work off of the user. But we've seen crazy forms that are essentially a new patient intake almost. And it can reduce the number of people. Now, if you want to have a separate form for that, you can always do that, and you can provide that link when it's appropriate to somebody and it's a good fit and a good way to interact with them. Another thing to watch out for is these forms can break occasionally. Just if the back end of your website has some kind of problem and you don't know it, you might not see anything that's not working correctly. So one of our sort of protocols for any website we're dealing with is to go check the forms every 30 days.
Yep.
But if you have a day or two with no leads, and that's uncommon for you, I would say go check your forms. One other landmine to watch out for: a lot of the marketing automation platforms will let you build forms on their platform and then embed it on your website, and that's good in terms of getting the lead slurped directly into your CRM. But watch out for your page speed. Those forms can be a killer for page speed
because they don't care about page speed.
They're not paying enough attention to that, in my opinion. So that can be a real problem. We've had SEO rankings on a website just tank because of a large marketing automation company's forms being slow when they're embedded. So using URL mapping or some other approach, there are lots of different workarounds, or just capturing the data using a native form to your CRM or your CMS and then importing that data in manually. Whatever you need to do to make sure that the link to the customer, the link to the incoming customer is not broken is really key.
Yeah.
So those are some things on forms to think about.
Awesome. Well, that's all we got. Hopefully that helps you prove your website ability and thus improve your SEO. That's all for this episode. We'll see you on the next one.
And we'll let you know when we open that dentist oil change shop.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. It's the next big thing.
Thanks.